Hi, everybody. My name is Jessie, and this is my discussion post about the two meetings that we attended for our class. I decided to go to an NA meeting and an AA meeting. I did the NA just because I feel like that is a topic that I may come across, probably will come across, working with high school age children. I feel that it's not just drinking. I feel like, especially in my area, I've heard stories of high school students going to their friends' houses, raiding their parents' medicine cabinets, and getting drugs that way. So I want to make sure I'm familiar with that type of situation. And then I did AA because I really wanted to see what the feelings were of people that were in the nitty gritty um, alcoholic aspect. So my husband asked me why I didn't want to do an Al-Anon meeting because we both come from parents that are alcoholics, and we are both in our 40s. And I figured that we have dealt with what we had dealt with as children and as young adults, and we do not have a substance abuse problem in our family that we have now. So I know that our feelings that way. So I really wanted to see what true alcoholics had to say and had to feel about it. Um, I went to the NA meeting first and I searched up meetings that were close to me that were in person. I really wanted to do in person because I just wanted to feel the energy of people and how they interacted with one another. And I found one that was close, and there was a contact number on there. So I called that and I spoke with the gal, and she's like, "Yep, it's an open meeting." And I clarified with her because when I went to the site where the meeting was held, it said it was a closed meeting. So she did confirm it was an open meeting, told me who was going to be their group leader. So I went there, and the group leader came a little bit later. And as soon as I saw her, I went up and introduced myself. Again, clarified that it was an open meeting. And she said yes, that it was an open meeting, but she was not kind. And she was very skeptical of me and, told me I could stay. And I said, if it doesn't make anybody comfortable, I'm more than happy, going to a different type of meeting. She said, nope, go ahead and stay. And then while she was organizing, some people had heard me and came and introduced themselves. One person had brought a dog, so that was super fantastic. Just everybody else was really welcoming there. Um, Sitting there, I didn't know what to expect, and she had handed out laminated readings for everybody, and she even handed one to me, and I took it, and I wanted to be able to participate, whatever they wanted me to do, whatever their comfort level was. I wanted to make sure that I integrated myself just enough where I wasn't intrusive. This is their space, and I wanted to really respect that. So everybody did their readings, and they spoke of that topic was the fourth step and the fourth tradition. And I'm embarrassed to say that I didn't know what it was. And so I was really educated, and I thought that was really great. And everybody was talking about how they had, they integrated those into their lives. And a lot of people spoke of their thoughts on moral inventory, and how the majority of them had a really hard time putting this into print and how they had had to do it a couple times. After the meeting, I was wrapping up to go. I said my thank yous. One of the members actually pulled me aside and sat me down, and he's like, "Yep, go ahead and ask me any questions." You know, and I just kind of let him speak, and he told me his story that he started using drugs in middle school, and then he talked to me about his journey, and he actually works at Hazelden right now. And he let me know that there's actually a drug coming out now called the Gray Death that is Narcan resistant. Um, During that meeting, I got teary eyed quite a few times hearing people's stories and hearing people's struggles. It made my heart go out to them. And I knew that I would be kind of emotional during this part. And I didn't want anybody to see me cry. We're sitting in couches that were kind of movie theater side. So no one saw me cry. Um, Left there feeling better than what I walked into. The man that I spoke with even gave me his phone number and said, "Hey, if any questions come up, go ahead and call me." I thought that was fantastic. Last night, I attended an online AA meeting that was run through St. Cloud. That was fantastic. It was called a grapevine group. And I knew that it was going to be a good group because the sign in was 8675309. So if you know what that means. I introduced myself. They were such a great group of people, just welcoming. Do I have any questions? I was the only online person, so they would turn the camera during each person's because they were all in person and I was online. It was a hybrid open um, meeting. And so they would turn the camera so I could see everybody. I heard everybody's stories. They actually based their meeting on an application called the Grapevine. And so that's an international journal of AA that's in print, and it's a lifeline linking one alcoholic to another. So each member each week picks a story, and then they all relate to the story. And the story that went was about red lights and yellow lights and how to speed up and what's to slow down was the basis of that. And they put in perspective for me at the end, which was so good that I kind of reflected on the NA part, is that I don't have control over what everybody else thinks or says. I only have control over what I think and say. So I brought that thinking back to the NA group, that I held myself professionally, and it was unfortunate that, and I feel bad that that woman was uncomfortable, but I'm really appreciative that she had me stay so I could get that. Um, a lot of people in the AA group gave their history. They spoke of, which I found was so empowering, about how they realized how they used to speed through the yellow light of their feelings and through their alcoholism. And so now they can reflect back and see that yellow light means to slow down, reflect, rethink, and then go from there. They also spoke of how all humans have human shortcomings, taking responsibility. So they're talking about the fifth step there. They need to stop blaming others and looking at themselves. They need to stop being the victims of themselves. Um, they were so welcoming. They even invited me back to their potluck that they have. Another guy gave me his phone number too. We spoke kind of at the end, gave me his phone number if I had any other questions. I just had such a good feeling with that one. My overall thoughts and feelings about the meetings I attended were a wealth of knowledge. That's what I'm going to take away from this. And I actually kind of want to attend a few more. I really wanted to attend an Alateen meeting, but those are all closed meetings. I wanted to attend that one just because I know that I'll be working with teenagers primarily, and I wanted to really see their struggles, but I know I'll get there. Again, being super thankful that I was able to have this experience and just get a glimpse into some of the struggles that people are dealing with, the steps that are the hardest for them. My beliefs are, I kind of thought that, and going into these meetings, they were going to be like a group therapy type meeting, but they're not. They're one another helping support each other through stories. And the AA group was a really tight knit group. You knew that they had worked together really well. And I felt that with them. I think that's everything I learned. I kind of rambled and put it all together instead of like the numbers, but I am really thankful for this opportunity and to learn more. And I think I'll be more aware of those around me that are struggling. Thanks.